So I'm on that 138 corridor that headed across into Baltic, 7:35, and I'm already late. Robert Cavanagh went missing in the area of Willimantic, Connecticut, just north of Baltic and Sprague, just north of Wyndham. Robert Cavanagh, 51 years old in 2004, had grown up in Vernon, Connecticut. Robert Cavanagh went missing December 21st. He went missing in a little black or brown Mazda B2000. I have a boat and I have an engine, so we should be fine. I have paddles. I have some wet gear though, because it poured last night, like howling winds and poured. But beautiful morning this morning, and uploaded the first video yesterday on the recon mission on, looking at this case, and now we have driven this far under the influence. I don't think he went this far. He had too much in his system at that point in time, between 7 and 12 o'clock at night, according to the police report. And we're gonna work the Willimantic River all the way up to the Willimantic River on the Shetucket, and we're gonna clear this hole and the following holes that are above this, work our way up the river. So there's bridge locations all the way up and locations of access, and according to the locals I just spoke with, you have access locations that are some deep spots behind the gravel bank and up near the Elks Club across from St. Joseph's. His house was up here. St. Joseph's Cemetery is up there. And so we are working this section of the Shetucket just because he can come straight down here and go on back roads right from his house, which is right there. So that's where we're going. Let's do this. We're in only 2 feet of water, 1.9, need to get somewhere else, 1.9. The Sprague boat ramp, we are back. Day 2. Well, it's not day 2, but this is day 2 of this search. I'm gonna put the boat in right there, go through that rip and into the hole over there and double check this one. So that's the plan for the morning. Rick Bush will be here to support us this morning. Good buddy from of almost 30 years, so it's be enjoyable to have some help today with just the boat getting in and out of the water.
I mean, that is badass. I mean, you got the best little setup. I mean,
well, it just makes it so that you can like get in the game, get out of the game, be done, and keep moving.
Ooh, don't leave this here.
the reason why it takes two people. So we fill the gas up in water with the bell. Okay, make sure that's tight. Pull out that. Make sure we're neutral.
And we've got ignition.
Okay.
All right.
And we're going to look at this fishing hole here because of the access point from the parking lot, where there's a big boulder that's moved and another boulder down below that's moved to the left. And so if anything happened, it could come right in here and float into this corner. They typically float like 20 to 40 feet, depending on the rush. I mean, you're talking about December 21st, 22nd of 2004. There's probably ice out here. It was 19 degrees in the mornings and up to 34. That was the maximum that the temperature got to. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop this down. I'm gonna take this, drop this in, just to make sure that we're straight. Tighten it back up again. We're gonna look at the bottom. So let me just show you. So right now we're just sitting at the corner right off the edge, but the sonar is reading. I'm gonna change the screen. No. Gonna just change the screen to contrast. Imaging presets. Okay. I'm ready when you are, buddy. The Shetucket River with Rick Bush.
And right off that spot, that's totally the spot.
So again, we're right off where my truck is the launching pad, and I'm looking in the deep hole here, and I do have a couple shadows. I have one large boulder back there. I gotta check. See, I got one square object. I'm at 51 feet of. I wish you could see this. So on my other screens, what I have with Adventures with Purpose, Rick, we have live on one side and then down inside on the other.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the depth is?
Here?
Yeah.
18 feet.
11 feet. So 11 feet.
That's a good depth. I mean, that hides a car easily.
Yeah, it does. So like what we found is 6 to 9 feet, especially around the 8 foot range is typically, like, you wouldn't think that it's 8 feet deep. So beautiful river of the Shetucket. Contrast at one point, but I'll keep working on it, fiddling with it. .7 depth.
14.7.
Yeah, this right here, this is the deepest hole. So let's bring the sonar up. Let's drive through the hole, and then we'll park the we'll finish this section.
That's a really clear. I mean, I didn't expect it to be that clear of an image.
So I'm able to see the whole bottom.
Wow.
And then, okay, and I'm able to see if that's an old car. It's very plausible that it could be an old car right there. It's sitting in the rocks, but it's also has a shadow line. So like I'm spinning right now, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come across this side. So I'm 51 feet to the left and 51 feet to the right. So 51 feet that way and 51 feet that way.
That's what you can see with that sonar?
That's what I can see. That's what I've set it up for. Because I want to be able to see everything in that 51 feet. And if there's a shadow in there that makes sense. Let's drop it in the water and then we'll put it on. It'll turn around and we'll paddle out. So let me just put this right here. Okay. Backwards.
Watch this.
I mean, look how streamlined that whole system is.
Yeah? Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go. Charging. Let's make it happen.
This is just a zooming out, running back.
Yeah, so this is Cavanagh Pond, right? Cavanagh Pond.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a side railway, you know, where the road goes down and car could go directly in. Back in 2004, if there was no guardrail. And beautiful spot, beautiful place to finish your life.
This could be a good one. This could be a hit.
Oh, let's check it out. We got this one, and then we got one more very important one at Lovers Lanes. Get this in. Yeah.
Got our modified sonar stand. We just remounted that, put it into better position, got all the wires out of the way.
So that stays there. This rotates in now.
That's all you got to do is loosen that thing, and you're in.
So this way.
Loosen that. Swivel it over.
Just gonna get straight and
go.
And then in and tighten. And now we are straight right there. That's beautiful. And in a current, this thing sits in there so it stays straight. Whereas before we were not straight. It was driving me crazy. Okay. Now I have my stick so I can rotate the stick. That's in there good. That's good. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. So now
let
me just push this off a little bit, get the engine
what
going.
we're looking at. So you can see the street is coming there. So any cars that are coming down this road, you'll see that there's a launching point right up in the front.
Sonar system's all set up back, and the stick is actually put into a place which allows us to keep it locked in and keep it straight, which is perfect, which makes the sonar actually read better. I don't have any undulations in the ground or in the light, so really good. Rick Bush,
Yeah, man.
in the house.
Working with Bill.
I love it, brother. I love that you made it out here. Like, you know, like, got the call and he's in the game right away. That's
How long did it take me to respond? 12 hours.
No, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. He was in the game. He's like, okay, what time are we leaving? I said, I'll meet you there at 7:15. What time did I get there?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So we're in Cavanagh Pond, and sonar's picking up everything on the bottom. I got a tree, big log. Again, right side is the edge of the road. That's the road there, and that's up there on the bank. I'm 51 feet, so right now I'm about 30 feet from the bank, and so it's picking it up perfectly. I've got right back there. We had 9-foot depth. Here we have 5'7". Again, I'm 51 feet to the left, which is in essence about the distance we have right now to the bank. So I'm picking up really, really good. I don't have anything in this corner. I'm gonna just do a loop on the edge because there's a lot of spaces that someone could drive in here. So we're gonna go right by the entrance where we put the car in and where we put the boat in. And then we're gonna go to the next entrance and then at the corner on the bend, just in case this is an accident. I mean, you know, I know they left a note, but I don't know if, you know, intentional driving off the road into Gagner Pond, but we're going to double check it and clear this, and there'll be an answer for the family of where he is not. So again, we're looking for Robert Cavanagh, missing December 21st/22nd of 2004, and we're picking up really good readings on the sonar. Very sandy bottom, few rocks, no large objects. I have a tree on the bottom that you see right here, and I can zoom in on it. Right, and then go back to home and back to side imaging. I'm going to come back in there. I just want to see if anything floated. Try to get a little bit further out to see, make sure there's nothing on this side. Then I'll do the inside loop a little bit closer. So yeah, so like again, you have access into here along the road in every space. So we're going to double check it. All I see in the water column right now is the shadow of a tree stump and a tree that's laying down on the bottom all the way across. The depth is 8.4, so it has the depth to hide a car very easily, especially a Mazda B2000, because it is a very low roofed car. You know, it's almost like a Ford Ranger but smaller. You know, that vehicle's so light too, so the front end would go in and then it would sink pretty quickly. I don't think it would flip over. The tires are not that big, so it doesn't have a lot of air in the tires. We're in 4.9 depth, so I'm going to turn. And I'm going to make sure that we have another 3.9 depth. So over here in this corner where the road goes along the edge, we're only at 3.8, 3.5. Just not enough depth. So the only place that we actually have the depths is closer to the ramp where the truck is. 4.2, 4.3. It's good that we have our little stopper in the boat so we don't sink. No, there's no water. So very clear. 7.9 depth right here, so you very easily could hide a car right here, but the bottom is showing very clearly that there's nothing. And so I'm going to slow down a little bit. 6.8 feet depth. I'm going to change the screen to hue. Let's go to that one. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's a different story right there. Yeah. So, and this is the reading that, or the color that Jared uses. So we're going to stay with the amber for a little while. That amber actually shows the bottom really well. It shows the shadows really well. So I want to stay with that one. So again, road. There's an accident scene right there at the guardrail, and the only thing I see in here is one big tree. I'm going to look right into that hole where that accident scene was. See if what else we see. See if we see some car parts in there from the accident. Because someone hit pretty darn hard, and it looks like they hit a tree too, like when they went through it, because the tree's right in the location of the accident. Like, So Lover's Lane's right to the left there, and this is Plains Road right at the ball fields. And if he was a fisherman, he'd know the spot. So we're gonna float in, see if we can get the engine, running without touching bottom, and then try to see if there's a couple of deep holes in here. See what we can find. I mean, it's definitely a launching spot. So it's pretty shallow in here. It's pretty shallow in here, and there might be a deeper hole, but I can see the bottom for the most part. It took a lot for that tree to get bent over. Like, if someone could have hit that and went right there. So it's just odd that that tree's bent over as far as it is, unless someone pushed it over with a machine and doing the driveways. But we're going to check it. So we got a depth meter over here. So it says that that's 6 feet there. So there's got to be a couple deep holes in here. Let's check it out. Let's see. It says the water height maximum in this section it's 13 feet when it's at its top. But this space, you come in and launch. Rivers hold the answers, and the reason why is because December 21st of 2004, that entire week before, was very cold, and the week after was cold. I'm not sure if the vehicle could have made it through the snow and ice and into a pond. At the same time, these ponds in this region, from what we've reconned, they're very shallow in most of the areas around the spot. And many of the locations were not or inaccessible because of the fact that they're reservoirs. So getting through a gate had to be a feat, not something easy. I believe that Robert is somewhere easy, somewhere in a spot that is not far from home, somewhere close by, somewhere close to his father, somewhere close to his family, because he really wanted to be buried next to his father. We are trying to bring him home, because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be buried next to his father. At the same time, we believe that closing a chapter in a man's life, and turning the page of the last pages, and knowing what those stories are, will allow people to heal. And in healing, families have the ability to move on and start new stories. We are just here to help. Whether it be Adventures with Purpose or Bill McIntosh from Resilience, we're here to help. Rick, we've done the Shetucket River in 3 different spots, and we did also the Gagger Pond, or Gager Pond, and didn't find anything, but we found some depths, found some dangerous locations on a corner at a guardrail that may or may not have been there a few years ago.
We definitely cleared some areas of legitimate interest that could have been possible spots. So I think that's a success today.
Yeah, I think, you know, especially like Lover's Lane here, location on Plains Road, this is a very interesting spot where you can take that run. And I think the biggest thing about it is that we just gotta keep on double checking every location and making sure that's not the location he went to, because he's 7 minutes away.
Yeah, I mean, this is his backyard. I mean, so these are legitimate spots. The places that we went to today had depth, you know, and I think that they needed to be explored. So it was a great opportunity to take it. A beautiful weather day on top of it.
We did. We got out just in time. So successful day. We are now, you know, in our next phase of this investigation, which is working our way towards Vernon, Connecticut, and the reservoirs up there where it's closer to Mom's house. I still think I have to do a little bit more in the Shetucket, closer to Willimantic River and to Willimantic, but I think, remember, Robert Cavanagh is still missing. He's been missing since 2004, and you know, his family needs to lay him to rest. He asked that his remains be buried with his father and next to him, and that he had a funeral at St. Joseph's Church, and we're just trying to facilitate that.
Ultimately, the search is going to be successful, we hope, and we're just going to keep going until we make it happen.
Thank you, Rick, for all your help.
Great job today.
Again, Sprague River. I'm at the Sprague location on the map right here. So again, Robert was up here. Could he come all the way down to here and put the car in anywhere in here? Pretty dangerous location, spillway. Don't know if it's deep enough. That tree's sitting on the surface. Treacherous location. There's something out there in the middle. It looks like a red rock, but look at this. So I think I've done everything I can today to try to bring Robert home. Again, we keep trying, keep looking for him, keep searching. You know, and I mean, it's daunting because there's a lot of water in the area that he's been missing. So we just keep searching every spot that he could have gone into to try to bring him back. I mean, he could go in over there on the corner under the bridge, but is it deep enough over there? It's probably deep enough here, but again, treacherous location. Was that gate open? Could he drive straight in here and right off of that? You know, there's so many different places. Like, you could literally just fall off of this and die. Really dangerous. So again, Sprague spillway and upper pond. So again, we just keep looking, keep searching, keep doing what I can to see if I can bring him home. I'm Bill McIntosh with Adventures with Purpose. I also run a company called Resilience, which is a team training organization. But I found a passion in trying to bring people home that are missing, and I think it was like, I don't know, 2015, 16, I started searching for missing persons that were local, and was able to locate 7 of them. And then, you know, whether it be myself or the search party that I organized, we were able to bring them home after the police were struggling to find them. I went to Australia with Dan, and we brought home Dale Nicholson, and that was quite an amazing experience again. So I came back, worked with Jared on Levada Proctor and Robert Proctor in Nebraska,
Worked on the Audrey Haran case, Guy Pike, Dorothy Carrasco, and Robert Cavanagh. Recently went down to Florida to see if I could find William Bragg and Ralph Belvedere. So I'm just doing everything I can to make a difference and try to do what I can to bring people home, but at the same time, you know, it takes you subscribers, people that subscribe to Dan's channel and to Adventures with Purpose, and you know, like the videos, you know, comment on the videos, but you know, whatever you can do, make a donation to AWP. It helps get me back on the road too, so I can help Jared on the road and make sure that he's safe, and make sure that we keep searching for these lost loved ones that need to come home. Again, I'm Bill McIntosh, Adventures with Purpose. You know, I'm honored to be a part of this organization, honored to be able to serve families and to make a difference, and you know, we appreciate you and thank you for your support, and keep on searching. And then that front corner. Good. Locked in.
Nice.
Isn't that easy?
That's
That's why I love this thing. Oh.